What's up, world, and welcome to the 47th edition of the Take One podcast. And I know this is a little bit late, but certain things haven't been working out in my favor. But I am here now, and I'm putting out this podcast because over the weekend, New York Comic Con had dropped. Well, not dropped, but was happening, and a couple things had dropped from there, as well as I'm going to cover the box office results and my box office predictions for this coming weekend. So I'm gonna try and get done with all that. This may be a little bit more of a lengthy show. It probably might not fall within the 20 to 30 minute time limit that I give myself for these podcasts. But in any case, that's what I'm going for. If it doesn't happen, then oh well, it doesn't happen because I got a lot of stuff to cover. And first, just to get right into it, I'm going to start off with the trailer reviews of the trailers that dropped over the weekend at the New York Comic Con. And one of the major, well, actually, before I even get to the ones that dropped in at New York Comic Con, I'm gonna get to the one major one that dropped Monday. And the one major one that dropped Monday, you all know it. You all know what it is. It's Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And I wasn't I ain't gonna say one of the lucky ones. I didn't catch it during the football game because that's when it had premiered. I caught it after that because I went to go see Blade Runner 2049. And I will have a review for that up sometime soon. If not this weekend, probably sometime beginning of next week. But I have a lot of stuff to get a hold of. But in any case, so yeah, I saw the trailer and I liked it. I wasn't like blown away by it, but it was actually a good trailer. I mean, it starts off with Snoke talking to on my first viewing of it. I thought that he could be, talking to Kylo Ren and all that stuff. But then after several more viewings, I realized that it could go either way, either to Kylo Ren or Rey. Now, I'm going to get to it in a minute of why I think it could be Rey as well. Because you would normally think that he's talking to Kylo Ren since Kylo Ren is like his apprentice or whatnot. And that he would basically be telling him, and we all know by seeing episode 7 that Kylo Ren is strong. That he is strong. If he's stronger than Vader, we don't know. But more than likely he's getting to the point where he could eventually surpass the strength of Vader. I mean, because we never seen Vader stop a freaking laser blast in midair and hold it and then just let it go. So, I mean, that's not really saying nothing with strength, but, it's still in the same sense. That's impressive when you think of that, But in any case, moving on to the next thing, and he's saying basically about like untamed power, and he saw when he first saw whoever that he felt the untamed power and all that stuff, the raw untamed power, and he saw something more. So I'm gonna get into that because there's keywords in there that I picked out, and really I haven't heard anybody else mention this. So I'm gonna just keep going. But then you see shots of Kylo Ren up in the mask again. More than likely he had the mask recreated or whatever, which was cool because I love the mask. I love the Kylo Ren mask. I love it. But I did feel after episode 7 when the mask got taken off and he was just really just not wearing it for the rest of the movie, I felt like, they don't really need the mask anymore. The reason that Darth Vader wore the mask, of course, because his face was all messed up and it was basically helping him breathe and stuff like that. So he really couldn't go without it. But in the same sense, Kylo Ren actually didn't need it. He really didn't need it. Wasn't anything wrong with him. He just wore it more than likely as a tribute to Darth Vader. As in, with him wearing all black and all that stuff. And it was like, okay, yeah, I like the mask. I like how his voice sounds in the mask and all that stuff. And he seems real menacing. But later on in the trailer, it seems like he gets to a point where he feels like he doesn't need the mask anymore. Because in one scene, you see him take the mask and basically bash it up against the wall. Now, that could be taken out of context, but that's just what I got of it. He probably could have been mad, but just the way he looked at the mask, it's like, okay, I don't need this no more. Bam, I'm about to be just Kylo Ren. Like, that's it. The gloves are off. In his case, the mask is off, and that's it. All you're gonna get is raw, uncut, untamed power and all that stuff. So that's what I kind of got from that. And so we see shots of Rey basically getting trained by Luke. And we see more of Luke up in this trailer or whatnot. And we see more of her on the island with Luke. And just more of the conversation between both of them, and basically where Luke is. And what I kind of got from this is that Luke has really lost all hope. Is that the reason why he's away, that he just doesn't have hope in the Jedi and just that they can do this, because whatever he witnessed scared him enough to where he needed to get away, where he couldn't stand no more, whether it's through like guilt, fear or whatever, or just a combination of all that together. I mean, you kind of felt that throughout the whole trailer, just with the stuff he was saying, even up in the last trailer, talking about like it's the time that the Jedi should end. Basically, you know, just let them have it or whatever. And then this one, you saw more of that. He has no hope for just good in the same sense. So I guess this movie is going to be more of Rey showing him that there is a way to defeat the Empire, that there is a way to defeat, I mean, not the Empire, the First Order. There is a way to conquer all, that you don't necessarily have to give up, that there is hope left, and she is that hope. And then there is that one scene where while he's training her, he sees the type of power that she contains, and he looks at the ground crack and he's kind of shocked. So he's like in the next scene, in the trailer you hear him saying, you know, like he's seen power like this. It scared him before. I mean, it didn't scare him before, but it does now. So is it alluding toward what happened, what sent him to the island, what, you know, just basically just took him away from everybody, going and hiding? We don't know. But I mean, we can allude to that because it don't really show too much of that. I mean, it show a scene where it looks like Kylo Ren is like a above shot, but it show Kylo, and maybe Kylo Ren, but it's somebody in black walking with like stormtroopers behind him. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe we're going to get more of the Knights of Ren. Maybe that's what he's alluding to. It's still not for certain. Like, I truly believe that Kylo Ren is the one that basically made him lose hope because he went over to the dark side. Even though it really didn't blatantly say it, that's what I believe, is that's really what happened. And so hopefully we get more of that and get to know what happened that night, which I believe that we're going to. What else do I got in my notes? And it shows more of the space battles. So I want to know how much of the space battles are we going to get. And it's like it showed Kylo Ren in that space battle and all that stuff. And it showed his face all kind of taped up from the scar. And they have this one scene where it looks like, you know, he may end up killing his mom. And this is giving out spoilers, you know. If you haven't seen episode 7 yet, obviously you have no intentions on seeing it, or you just lazy as hell. So, I mean, this is going to contain spoilers because the trailer, I ain't gonna say the trailer has like spoilers, but you know, whatever. But you would think that he's gonna kill Leia because he's in the ship and he's like has his hand on the trigger, and you see like him basically aiming the target at something, and then they show Princess Leia or General Leia looking like she's scared, and he's looking like he's about to do something, and But in a sense, she's on a bigger ship, and it looks like he's aiming at like a smaller ship. So maybe it could be misleading. I don't know, just to throw people off, to make it seem like that's something that's going to happen. If so, that could be good or bad, because people might be expecting that. People might, you know, and then go to the theater and be like, oh, damn, you know. Like, you know, we was thinking that he was about to kill her, but it ended up being like something like minor. But in any case, we see what looks like could be the end battle. Well, within like one of the end battles, where you have Finn and Captain Phasma going at it. Now, in the episode 7, we didn't see a lot of Captain Phasma. We saw her in one scene, and then another scene, she basically was getting bitched out, and they threw her in the trash compactor, and that was it. She didn't do anything, so she really didn't warrant her stay. And it, like, what was it? Another scene where she was like telling Finn to report to whatever room and all that stuff after he basically hesitant to shoot some of the people or whatever during it. Them trying to get the information from Poe and all that stuff. And so this one, it seemed like they're utilizing her more because they got her out actually fighting Finn, which Finn has a sword thing, which I believe which is the same tool that the stormtrooper that Finn fought up in episode 7. I think he's using that same one. So I mean, it looks like this is an intense battle, and it looks like Finn is just tired. Like, he is like fighting with like just, he's mad. Like, he wants to just go at, like, man, this is it. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, obviously, I don't know, she killed his puppy or something, but he is like going at her like he's mad. And it looks like they're going to have a good battle. So I hope that ends up turning out really good. And I hope they utilize Captain Phasma to her ability, because it looks like she could be a major player, like a Boba Fett. But if used right, she could probably be a fan favorite. She really probably could. So hopefully they do use her right. What else in my notes? My phone went to blackout. Yeah, we have shots of Leia and all that stuff. And then when we get to the end of the trailer, it shows Rey saying that she needs someone to teach her her place, or she needs someone. She needs someone to show her her place or whatever. And Kylo Ren, the next shot you see Kylo Ren reaching out his hand. And so it got you kind of loose. Maybe is this misleading as well, or she just tricking him. Maybe it's not, maybe it's not like, her being for real, but she's tricking him to make him think that she's going to like go after him, and then they get into this brawl or whatever. But in any case, it shows that. So it's like, is she really going to the dark side? Like, what's going on with that? Or is they just, misleading? Like, they just cut two scenes together and, just whatever. Or was it something to where he extended his arm out, not because she said that, but because he basically extended that offer to her that he did in the first one, up in episode 7. Maybe he extended it again, like, you have this raw, untamed power, and I want, you should come over to the dark side because we can conquer all. Maybe that was one of the things. And then just to get on top of that, I said a little bit earlier why I think that Snoke was talking about, he was talking to either Rey or Kylo Ren. It was because both of them have been shown to be strong. You're not about to, Snoke seems like he's not about to just take anybody that knows the force power or whatever and just, just hype, just build them up. I mean, he could, but he don't see, he sees something in Kylo Ren. He sees something in him to where it made him special. But in the same sense, in the trailer, as I said, we see is that Rey has power, and we learned that up in episode 7 as well, that she has major, incredible power that's really kind of like untapped until she meets Finn and she goes on the adventure. Now, the reason why I believe that is because Snoke says it in the beginning of the trailer. You hear him say that, and then you hear basically Luke says the same exact thing, saying that he hasn't seen this raw, untamed power, or not in the same word, but he hasn't seen raw power like this. He's seen raw power like this before. So in a sense, it was like Snoke could have been talking to Rey, and Luke could have been talking about Kylo Ren, because in the trailer also you see Snoke. You see his like real form. He's not a hologram this time. You see his real form, and he's kind of reaching out like he's using power. And then you see Rey kind of bent backwards, just kind of like she's like suffering, like she's in pain. So in a sense, I guess you could say that like Snoke is like using his force powers to like hold her back. So you could think that in that scene before that happens, that he basically is saying that to her. Now, like I said, this is just speculation, my speculation of what I just got from this trailer on multiple viewings, that he could either be talking to Kylo Ren because he's shown to have incredible power, or he could be talking to Rey, trying to persuade her to also come over to the dark side. Now, that could be either or, because, you know, like I said, Luke basically said that she has incredible power, and he's seen it before. So in a sense, it's like, you know, whatever. But all this is just kind of out of context or whatever. So I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I could be right, I could be wrong. He could be talking to Kylo Ren, and that was it. But I think that he could be possibly talking to Kylo Ren, or he could be talking to Rey. So that's my whole thing. But overall, I did like the trailer. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was very interesting. It brings up a lot of questions, and it do have me wanting to go see it a little bit more. So moving on to the next trailer, one of the trailers that actually did drop at New York Comic Con. I'm gonna try and make this quick because I didn't talk a crazy amount on that. But one of the other big trailers is Justice League. Basically, I guess you could say the final trailer. So from here on out, we're more than likely going to get just TV spots or whatever. But yeah, so this trailer was, I think it's the fourth trailer of them. But, you know, it starts off with Lois having a dream. And this is the first time in the trailers that we see Henry Cavill as Superman. Well, I mean, he's not Superman, but as Clark Kent. So this is the first time we see him. And he says that, like, so I guess that's a yes, referring to her wearing a wedding ring. And so she remembers back to the day where she had to kind of like throw the dirt on his casket, and then she wakes up, and then we hear the reporter of like a news station talking about like crime and all that stuff has gone up ever since Superman died. And so you get a shot of Steppenwolf crashing down to the ground with like his hammer or whatever it is, his tool, just bashing the ground up. And you see it looked like a battle. I want to say it may be taking place up in Themyscira. Maybe because up in the last trailer, we saw him in there getting the mother box. So maybe this was it. Maybe this was just an older battle. But he hits the ground, and then you see regular people, you know, getting transformed into these monsters because of it. So I don't know. It's really weird. And then you see this kind of like an invasion. Like it looks like, I don't know if it's something where it's like a dream sequence, like in Batman v Superman, or if it's just really just they're invading Earth and like they're taking over certain things, because you see certain images or symbols being created in the ground through fire and stuff, and you see all these parademons flying around, as well as all throughout the trailer you see basically the color scheme transforms dramatically. Like it turns, even up in the last trailer, the color scheme is like red, purplish, orange, yellow kind of combination mix. And so it's like, damn, this must be a huge invasion. So I don't know, it got me thinking like, is this really going to be real huge, or if I just hope that it is. I just really hope that it is. And it's just kind of interesting to see that, especially with the scene where like Batman is up in his Batmobile, and he's going towards these look like tentacle arms, or kind of like big vines or something just kind of growing, but they're moving. It's really crazy. And it has a lot of fight scenes up in there. You see Aquaman fighting, you see Wonder Woman fighting, Flash doing his thing, you see Batman and all that stuff. And then it had this one scene, which actually was kind of like my favorite scene out of the whole trailer. I know a lot of people have been taken back by Flash and what he says up in the trailer, but I've been taken back by Aquaman. I don't know. I feel like it may be a toss-up between the Flash and Aquaman. Maybe Flash is going to have more jokes, but I think Aquaman is going to be a big standout in this movie. I really believe he is. Because they have that one scene up in the last one where he jumps on Batman's Batmobile, and he be like, yeah, and all this stuff, and then flies at a parademon, and even when he's like, oh, just like a bat, I could dig it, you know, just stuff like that, you know, just cracking little jokes. And then up in this trailer, he's falling from the sky after like basically killing a parademon in midair, and then Cyborg catches him, and he tells him that the ride ain't over yet. And this is like the line of it of the trailer that I did. Like, Aquaman was like, my man, and he flies a little bit. He tosses Aquaman at a parademon, and he just basically stabs him with the trident. And basically, I love that. I love that scene. I love it. I just can't wait to see this movie so that I can see what Aquaman has to bring, what more he has to bring from what we see in the trailers. And yeah, it just a crazy. It was like a crazy. It was a lot of crazy stuff going on in this trailer. And I liked it. I liked it overall. I did like it. But the thing is like, I'm probably like most fans, you know, that I was so let down by BVS and I was so taken by the trailers that it's like, damn, you know, Zack Snyder is the helm of this one as well. So I can't really feel excited. And even though Joss Whedon is like taking over like reshoots and, you know, I'm more than likely handling the editing and stuff like that. So, you know, it probably might have like more of a different, maybe better than what it was before. If it was bad, I'm not saying it was bad because of Zack Snyder, but maybe it was like good, but Joss made it better. Or, you know, maybe it wasn't that good, but Joss made it better than that. Well, give me the opposite. Maybe Joss ain't really made it even better. You know, it's just, I can't help but to be not really optimistic because of just how I felt about BVS. Now, I could go into this movie with low expectations, which I say is the better thing. If you're going into these big tadpole movies and you have low expectations, that means that your expectations are going to be kind of like blown away. I'm not blown away, but, you know, it's going to be your experience is going to be, I guess, in a sense, way better because your expectations were low. And that's kind of how I felt with the Avengers. I really didn't have too much hope for the Avengers, but I saw that movie and I was blown away. So it probably could be this. And so I guess this is a good thing that I'm not really like super hyped on this. But I am really wanting to go see this, and I will see this Thursday. Or if I can get an early screening, I'm definitely going to go see that. But overall, I mean, it was a good trailer. I enjoyed it. Going to the next one, Pacific Rim 2. Pacific Rim Uprising. It's not called Pacific Rim 2. Although I guess you can call it that because it is the second one. But it's the first trailer. And I can say overall, I was kind of, you know, I liked it. You know, I have no problem with it. The CG looked like it's on point. It looked like in this trailer, it doesn't look like they need to really do any more stuff to the CG. It looks like they are complete because, you know, in like a lot of trailers, well, big trailers, they have a lot of CG in it. A lot of times they're still working on the CG. They still is. And they more than likely they're still working on CG, but it looks like they're showing the fully rendered, fixed up CG parts of the movie instead of like certain parts that probably still needs to be fixed up and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, the CG look on point. The monsters look crazy. I think they called Jaegers. The Jaegers look awesome. And I really did enjoy it. You see John Boyega talking in the beginning of the trailer, and I like that they had him keep his European, or his British accent. I like how they had him keep it or whatever. And I like his look. You know, I don't know, like, I wasn't too much of a fan of his look in The Force Awakens, but just how he looked. I mean, I like his look, his hair and all that stuff. I mean, I'm digging it. I mean, I don't know gay stuff, but I mean, I like his look. He looks like he's going to be strong in this role. To me, I didn't have a problem with Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam, ever since Sons of Anarchy, I have been a fan of him. I ain't gonna say a big fan, but I have been a fan of him. If he's in a movie, I want to see it. I still haven't seen The Lost City of Z. I really do want to check it out. But I was a big fan of Charlie Hunnam. I love the first Pacific Rim. I love him up in there. But you know, I mean, I think John Boyega is gonna do good in this. I mean, he has been showing like that he is a good actor. He came out after like Attack the Block, and the next big role he landed, literally a big role, was in Star Wars. And he is a part of the trilogy, at least into episode 9. So, I mean, you know, he's showing promise. He's showing that he is going to be someone that we need to check for. And it looks like as long as he keep going, he's gonna keep getting better, and we're gonna constantly see him. Earlier this year, he was up in the Circle, which I haven't watched yet. I'm gonna watch that, and he was up in Detroit, which he was actually pretty good up in there. I really enjoyed his performance in there. He is I could say he is a great actor. He is very good. But in any case, in this you see Jaeger versus Jaeger. And I don't get that. I don't know if we have like a bad company that has their own Jaegers and versus the good company, or like what's going on with there. But we see that up in the trailer. It happens like several times, so I wonder what's going on with that. And then we get towards the end, this huge ass monster. This is just huge monster that show that it's bigger than something that they've seen before, because they even say like, what the heck? They even react to it like they haven't seen something like that before. So it must be like really huge. And one of the things I've seen this trailer several times. It looks like it regenerates. It looked like it was hurt, but it was kind of like connecting back together. So I wonder if that's what's happening, or if it's like two monsters merging together to create one. Either possibility could be it. Whatever the case, I enjoyed it. The look, like I said, the CG is on point, even with this trailer. And then I did like the shot with all of them, all the robots sitting together after they see the huge monster. You see one of them get ready with a gun. See other, what was it? It was just, they basically all get their weapons ready, and it just go from one to the next one to the next one, and then it goes to the next one, and they all get ready, and it show them going at the robot and all that stuff. But the one thing that just kind of threw me off is like, it was kind of like a cheesy, go to one robot, go to the next robot, go to the next robot. It seemed like a video game, like when you're getting ready to fight, like, get ready, get set, and go. And that's what it seemed like to me. But I mean, that's just more of a nitpick, but it's whatever. I enjoyed the trailer. Can't wait to see this movie. I've been wanting to see a second one ever since I saw the first one, and I was really one of the people that was upset when they said that we wasn't gonna get another one, that Guillermo del Toro wasn't gonna be on it, but then when they announced it, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this. But do whatever. If Guillermo del Toro wasn't gonna do this, I'm just glad that they finally are, or they finally did get around to making it, because I hope that it does well, because it looks awesome. And so getting to the last trailer that I'm gonna get into, which isn't really a trailer, but it is a clip of the new Constantine series that's gonna premiere on the CW. I don't even know when. I had to look that up. But it looks like it's gonna be good. The thing that I liked about John Constantine was just the cockiness of the character. Even when he was on, I haven't seen the series yet. I'm gonna watch it. I'm really curious on how it is. But I love how cocky he is, where he just don't let anything bother him. Like, he knows he's the shit. That's the thing I love about it. I love the animation. It reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember the old Scooby-Doo movie called Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, which I love that movie. I need to really actually buy it, but I love it. That animation seemed like it's the same type of animation. But yeah, like I said, I love the cockiness of John Constantine, and it just shows a scene where he basically goes into a church, and then demons are coming up in there, and he's basically misled them just to lure them in one place, just so another demon, I guess, can come eat them. And so it's just this all-out brawl with the demon trying to eat the other demons and stuff like that. And then there was at one point that I did like about the trailer was that one of the demons had this big tongue that grabbed the demon that was trying to eat them, and he basically was just like thinking like, it's about to be over. I'm sorry, I'm kicking this stuff. But he thinking it's about to be over, and then the demon just blows fire breath in him and just starts like just burning his skin away. And I love that. And then it gets to the end where one of the demons end up bashing the demon that basically was trying to eat them. He bashes him, and then his eyes stop glowing. And then one of the other demons grabbed John Constantine and asked him, where is he going? And then it basically ends right there. So it's like, man, this is actually like it's going to be good. I'm definitely going to be watching this. This look like it's going to be on point. And yeah, I can't wait till this premieres. And just it's more of an adult cartoon, not in that type of sense, but he says the word shit up in there. So, and it's blood and all this stuff, and it's a lot of scary things that more than likely will probably scare kids. But overall, I'm gonna check this out. This looked awesome. It really did. It sold me. So I'm gonna get to this next segment real quick. Well, not even really next segment, but it's the box office results, and box office predictions. So basically, this past weekend happened. It happened as okay, and what was my past predictions? I know I know my past predictions was like wrong, but not too wrong. What was it? Okay, so my prediction for this coming weekend was going to be Blade Runner as number 1, Kingsman number 2, It number 3, American Made number 4, and the Lego Movie was going to be at number 5. And yeah, that did not play out. It really didn't. For the simple fact that I didn't count on The Mountain Between Us doing what it did. So let me just get right into it with the numbers and stuff like that. At number 1 was Blade Runner 2049, and it brought in over like 32 million, and this was on a $150 million budget. So we're gonna see what it does overseas, and at the end of its run, if it's gonna make its money back. But that was a damn good movie. I hope it does. Then The Mountain Between Us did 10 million on a $35 million budget. Then we got It taking the number 3 spot at 9 million at 35 million, which brings its total box office to 305 million. It's crazy, yo. Crazy. And then we have number 4 being My Little Pony, and I'm surprised. I don't know why I didn't put that on my list, but yeah, My Little Pony took the number 4 spot with 8 million, which I didn't think that was gonna do any good, but yeah. So, and it really doesn't have like the budget right there. And then Kingsman took the number 5 spot at 8 million as well, and it brings its total box office to 80 million. And this is on a $104 million budget. So, yeah. Kingsman, I didn't mind it. And matter of fact, I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people down it, but, just whatever. But, yeah, I mean, this box office, yeah, I was off. I was off a lot. But, I mean, I'm glad to see that it is still up in the remainder. It still has legs. More than likely, I'll give it like a week or so before it gets not completely off the top 5. But yeah, it is still climbing. It's still hanging in there. Blade Runner, I'm glad it took number 1 spot because it deserved it. The Mountain Between Us, it snuck right up in there. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, these box office, it looks crazy. Some of them I didn't expect to do well, but it is what it is. So with that, I'm about to get into the box office predictions that I have for next weekend. Well, this coming weekend. So we have 3 movies coming out that's of note that more than likely are going to be in the top 5. That has potential to be in the top 5, which is Happy Death Day, The Foreigner, and Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman. So my predictions for this coming weekend is going to be, I think, I'm gonna bet money on this. I want to say Blade Runner is going to take the number 1 spot again, but I say Happy Death Day is going to take the number 1 spot because it's getting close to Halloween. People are wanting to see a horror film, so I think this is going to be it. It's going to take number 1 spot. Number 2 is going to be The Foreigner. I think that is going to take that number 2 spot. I may be wrong. It may be Blade Runner again. But that's just what I think. Blade Runner is going to take number 3. Number 4 is going to be... Excuse me, I'm over here. I get over here burping and stuff. But in any case, number 3 is Blade Runner 2049. Number 4 is The Mountain Between Us. And then number 5 is going to be it. So just to recap, Happy Death Day number 1, The Foreigner number 2, Blade Runner 2049 number 3, The Mountains Between Us 4, and then It is going to be number 5. And those are my predictions for this coming weekend. And I am going to end the show there. Thank you guys for checking me out and listening to me talk about the trailers and box office and all this good stuff. Hope you guys check out everything else that I got going, from movie reviews, show reviews, top 10s, mini reviews, spoiler casts, my other episodes of the Take One podcast and all that stuff. If you like wrestling, I do episodes that's strictly for wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, and, pay-per-view recaps and all that stuff. So go ahead and check that out. And I will have more coming out this week as well as the next upcoming weeks. Other things other than just what I got out here. I'm working on some new things as well. And I hope you guys enjoy that. And hope you guys hit the likes up button. I always messed it up. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. That way you get notified for anything that pops up on my channel. And that's it. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.